Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so happy you are here. Today I'm working on a project for the Cut It Up Challenge, Feeling Blue. So I chose to remake a project I had done before, but change it up a little bit. Change it over to a monochromatic blue. So let me share what I did before to catch you up. Here is the card that I'm making for this challenge. You can see primarily blue with some browns and creams and whites. All right. Back in October, I made this card. And if you'd like to check out the YouTube video for that to see how this card begins, here it is right here. I'll also link it below, or here it is right here. Or I'm going to leave a tab right up here. So if you look up here about right now, you'll be able to find that, click it, and you'll be able to see the video where I made this card, which will show you how to put all these little icons together. They are all images found in your Cricut Design Space Access, which is over here where it says images. You can find them all there, and I explain that in the video that is referenced here. All right, so you can see these are all different colors, and I have a little bit of ribbon here, and I have my horse. All right, let's move him off, and let's look at today's project. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to add some fabric texture with some denim, and we're going to add this little knotted piece in with some twine, and it's all going to be monochromatic. But let me bring this back. You'll be able to see that I have the very same shapes and pretty much the same configuration. I've just moved this over 90 degrees. I've rotated it 90 degrees. All right, so let's move this off again, and let's move this, and let's see how easy it was to put this together. Let's start with this layering piece right here. This measures 4.72 by 3.6. I'm going to go ahead and just bring in a shape, and I'm going to size it to those dimensions. So all I need to do is type in my width, 4.72, with my height, 3.6. And these are in inches. I'm going to turn that white. And while I'm here and I'm thinking about it, I'm going to duplicate that and just put those there together for a minute. I'm going to move this out of the way. This is what I brought over from another page from my other project. So let me show you how simple this is. If you want to move something, all you have to do is left click and swipe over, right click and say copy. Okay, I'm going to save this so we're here. Go to my stuff, new project. All right, I'm on a new page now. All I have to do is right click with my mouse, left click, paste, and there it is. That's how easy it is to move things from one page to another. All right, so let's go back now. Let's go back to where we were. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and group these for a minute. I'm going to be ungrouping them again, but I want to group them all so they stay together. And that's over here, group and ungroup. And they were already grouped, so it's all good. I'm going to come in and lay my little card in here, my little layer, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to where I'd like to have it. Right now I know that I want to move a few things around a little bit. Let's make this a little larger so you can see. I want this hat to lay at a different angle and maybe push this off a little bit. So what I want to do is go ahead and move my piece of paper out for a minute. I want to ungroup, and now I can kind of twist things around here to make it look the way I'd like it to look. Let's move this to the back again. Let's bring it back in and see what we have. Let's move this little hat up. And let's move this dot over here. We're going to bring the hat to the front. And you can play with this and get it to look exactly the way you want it to look. Okay, so we filled in a few little spots here and changed this around just a little bit. Once you have everything where you think you like it, then all you need to do is take your paper out, select everything, and group it together so that it all stays in one piece. Now you're going to come in and just combine it. Weld. Now it's all one color. Now you're going to come in, change your color. You'll come in with your 2 pieces of white. I'm going to go ahead and align those so they're exactly together, center. Pull them in behind. I'm going to go ahead and get this right where I like it. It looks pretty good. And now I'm going to take one of my squares and I'm going to hide it. My other square is right here. It's still there. I'm going to swipe over the one piece of white with my welded piece and I'm going to slice. I'm going to go ahead and pull this away. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull away the basic cut there and the slice result there. And that's all trash now. I'm going to open the eye on this white piece. So I just click, opens the eye. I sweep over everything and I flatten. That's how easy it was. Isn't that amazing how quick and easy that is? So don't shy away from this. If you already have your piece that you've done, why not use it? Make it in different colors. Okay, so let's go get that horse. All right, we hit images. We type in horse. I know I purchased him. He's from Old West. There he is. I left click. Add to canvas. We're going to flip him so he's going the other way. I don't want these cut marks. So right here, I'm going to ungroup, choose his body, go to contour, hide all contours, but I do want this contour, and his eye. X out. We're good to go there. I'm going to go ahead and group them again. Now I want to offset that. So I'm going to come up to offset. I don't need him very big. It's just enough so he stands off the page. 0.056, hit apply, and that's going to be blue. It's not quite that blue, but there we go. And of course you can change the color of your horse too if you want to. That's not hard to do. And we can group it all back together. Size him down for our card. And there he is, ready to go. I will tell you, and I'll tell you again later in the video, I put my cardstock on good side cardstock down on the mat. Then I cut in reverse. That keeps any white from showing. I will show you an example of that later in the video. All right, let's head on over to the craft table and let's put this all together. Remember, if you have any questions or comments about anything I do in Cricut Design Space, please don't hesitate to ask. Here we are at the craft table, and I have my card base, my layering piece, and the piece we created in Cricut Design Space. A little strip of denim that I've cut with some zigzag scissors, and I really know they're called pinking shears, I really do. And I'm going to back that with a little bit of cardboard. Now I'm coming in and I'm distressing the piece that we created in Cricut Design Space. I'm going to do that with the distressing tool as well as a little bit of inking around the edges. And I'm also adding a few colors of ink to this layering piece. I'll go ahead and attach those here in a minute, but first I'm going to work on attaching this little cardboard strip to the back of this denim. I'm going to attach it with Fabri-Tac. I'm doing this for stability because I want to tie twine around it. And I knew that I'd never be able to keep that twine from folding in on the denim if I didn't back that denim with something. So I'm going to go ahead and tie this into a little crisscross here. And I'm speeding this way up so that you don't have to sit and watch me struggle with tying this knot on here. All right, once I have this done, then I'll be ready to move on and go ahead and start assembling the actual card base here. So we're going to go ahead and put together with some double score tape and some Fabri-Tac. We're just going to put together all these layers. We're going to glue them in place. Fabri-Tac is really nice over double score tape. It gives you wiggle room in case you don't get things lined up exactly straight. But the tape gives you that really quick stick, but not so quick that you can't move it if you want to. So you can see here I'm layering up all of the pieces. Again, double score tape with Fabri-Tac. And you'll probably see me move things around just a tiny bit because I seldom get them on exactly straight. And it just gives me that little bit of room. All right, here I'm showing you that these pieces show white, but if I turn them around the correct way, they do not. I have found that when I cut on my Cricut, if I don't want white to show and it's pieces that I don't want to ink, I put the right side down and cut mirror images, and that gives me a much cleaner look. So if you have trouble with that, you might want to try that. I'm using a Zig two-way pen, and I'm adding the little mane, and now I'm adding this little forelock, and then I'll come in and glue in his tail. For my offset piece, remember we offset him? Well, I didn't cut it in blue, I cut it in white. So I went ahead and just colored that piece with some blue Copic, and then I glued my pony onto the offset piece. Now, I'm coming in here and I'm adding cereal box to kind of build up the front end of him. The back end of him is going to go over the denim and twine, but the other part's laying flat. So I wanted it to lay evenly on the card so it was all the same height. That was a quick finish to this card. Thanks so much for joining me. I always appreciate your time. Come join us at the Cut It Up Challenge where we're feeling blue. So be sure you use some blue and a die cut. I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye.